back on live. The Archangel Michael, after a 12-hour bit of a siege. But we see. Thank you to good friends. Is why I survive. Rose. Rose. We'll talk about Rose. Hello. Drop that drop. That's right, this blunt. It's not going to hurt nobody. So we're going to talk about the throw. How this didn't throw out of my cage. But YouTube has a bit of responsibility for it. Don't know who this throw was, but they got into my account and changed a few settings. But they got stopped because they didn't know certain passwords. So, as I found out, so YouTube, letting trolls into my account. Are you going? Well, what the time, I guess. Maybe I should be a bit more easier on my truth. But they seen sense. A good friend of mine, Roma Ami, my sister, very professional. She is a content creator that's been with YouTube for quite a while. So she has technical support through YouTube. And she contacted them and asked what was going on. She put in a report about me. And all of a sudden, YouTube released everything. She is very powerful. She knows what she's doing. I'm glad I know her. A very good person. Yes. Very powerful. She knows the game. That is it. She started off originally as a TikTok star. That's where she got her fame. And they've kicked her off many times. Even YouTube have kicked her off. But every time she beats them, gets put back on, and has 1 million subscribers by the end of the day. The TikTok account's a bit up and down. It's a bit funny, TikTok nowadays. Not like it used to be. We're a meat market now, not for entertainment or education. So I was going to do a little bit of revising today. I'm glad I can message people. I'm glad the two ladies tried their hardest and did as best they did. I'm very happy with that. Oh, it sounds like my nephew is coming home. Well, we will deal with him. Come in, nephew. Oh, you locked out, that you are. No, you're not. Aha. He's been working at the Chinese restaurant, and he has some Chinese stuff. He's probably full of Alec. Yes, he's shaking his head. Yes, he's full of Alec. And there you go. He just got dropped off by his nun. Yes, he complains. He sits. I said, I work in a Chinese restaurant, Uncle Michael, but they all speak Chinese. I don't know what they're speaking. And then they start speaking to me, and they forget that I don't speak Chinese. So he finds it a bit funny. I reckon it'd be hilarious. He says, but are they talking about me? I said, well, probably. Who cares? As long as you get your work done, and they're happy, and they're not being angry, then you're good. Who cares if people talk about you? That's their way. If they want to be like that and rude, well. So, a bit of revision. Well, first thing, we have to get God in charge. Have to get one of the 7 keys. Put God first. So maybe we need to do the Lord's Prayer. Lord's Prayer. Oh, I forgot one of my props. Yes, no, I didn't. Here it is. The main one, so we can look deep into it. Aha. Well, you're still wondering whether this guy is this guy. Well, I keep telling you, I'm the only one he's going to send. So you better get used to it. I hope you can hear me enough. I'm trying not to sound too loud, otherwise you'll get silly. Oh, what do we hear? The Book of Wolverine. Book of Wolverine. Chase down the criminals, the other mutants for the government. And anyone that wants to mess with me, I put them in this, and the government chases them. It's a bit of a reverse policy. Well, here we have the main theme, the main bit of content for the whole thing. Once we put God in charge, that's it. We can sit back, relax, take it easy. God got the steering wheel through you, of course. He can't manifest. He'd burn us alive. He's too powerful. Well, let's have a look. Ooh, very deep. I've said before, the Lord's Prayer is very deep. Must say at least once a day. This is my time, I say it now. That's another thing why she's my sister. Because she's my prayer sister. And I hadn't prayed this for a very long time. And she was the first one that brought me to prayer to it. Last year. When I met her on the crossroads. And here we are. Are we ready? Well, I hope there's no trolls. 4 people, 1 like. We'll see. Ready? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those that trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but to deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace. Amen. Well, that's the main bit of content away. Better to get it away from the flame, otherwise it might light up. Then I'll be in real trouble. Oh yes, you don't go burning prayers by the fire. That doesn't give you any more strength. It just shows that you want to disintegrate it, like Satan, and destroy something that is good. Write it down once. You don't have to keep writing it down, otherwise you keep wasting. Throw away society. We need to stop this. We need to start learning to think, learning to do things that last a bit longer, and not just throw away. Well, so YouTube and a troll decided to get into my account and change a few things. I didn't know, because I have not the technical skills yet, but I found out. And YouTube, well, they did it all for me. Once I found out and got in there, I seen them more changing it all. They quickly moved. She's a good sister, that one. Roma Hami. She's a men's rights advocate. She's the first one online woman that does it. All the other people that do it basically follow her. She's very good. Well, a bit of revision of the week. What have we gone through this week? We're going through time. We're going through about just basic things. Oh, intelligence and a little bit about Jesus, or Yeshua. Hmm. Well, let's have a quick go, and we'll see how we go. Oh, weak people revenge, strong people forgive, and intelligent people ignore. Well, like I keep saying, you're not too intelligent if you ignore me. I've got a good message. Don't underestimate me. I know more than I say, think more than I speak, and notice a lot more than you realize. And now that's going to be a pain, a very much pain. Yes, it will. I think I'm a bit close to the speaker, to the microphone. 8 pieces of wisdom. Words are powerful, so use them wisely. Remember that if you say certain things, like even now, I just realized that that word beautiful, even though it's very powerful, when it makes someone happy, it can also make someone very angry. So you must be careful with what you say. Very powerful indeed. People come and go, but the right ones stay. So the right people stay to listen to the good message. The ones that don't, they're free to go. I don't want to hold you here. I'm no preacher. I'm just trying to get out the good message. Are you doing enough? Even though it doesn't feel like it. So you ask God for things, but are you doing enough to even get anything from God? That's how it works. Failure is when you don't try. So, even if people don't watch me and I keep trying, I will never be a failure. And that's one thing for sure. Remember that. That's a good policy. You keep trying, you will not be a failure. Even if people don't watch you, you still did it. You still done it. You still feel good in yourself. It's about self-pride. Don't worry about anyone else, but about yourself. That's when God's working through you. Random acts of kindness make everyone feel better. Well, a few random acts of kindness with the likes would be nice. I'm not going to be like the black owl and say, let it rain 3 times to try and bring you in. Live for today and not for tomorrow. That's pretty cool. But, oh, he should be flogged this boy. Yes. Live for today and not for tomorrow. Sorry, he's asking for something that's mine and he shouldn't be, but he is. Never look back. There is nothing there for you. In the past, there's nothing really there for you. You can't go back, so no point looking back. All the time you can remember and reminisce, but don't look back all the time. If you're going to look back, remember the mistakes and learn from them. That's the best way to look back. Then you know how to look out for the future. When it comes, if it comes. God only knows that. Overthinking kills happiness. Well, I know that. I'm sometimes as miserable as, but that's because I think too much. I have to. Some people will not hear you, regardless of how much, how loud, or how truthful, or how loving, or how profound you speak. I'm going to have to go to plan B soon, because this is starting to jerk me around. Yes. So, no matter how loving or profound you speak, but you wish them well and you let them go. This is the best way. The best way. You don't hold people to you. That's being selfish, and you can get in trouble. Deprivation of liberty. Nowadays, we pay a high price for being intelligent. Wisdom hurts. Sure does. Being too smart. Being too smart. Well, the best way I got explained about it was David Attenborough. He said he liked Homer Simpson. He said he's a bit of a bodacious fellow. He sits back with his grandchildren to watch it. And he says he's so silly, he enjoys adventures because he doesn't think about the consequence. Whereas a smart person like David Attenborough would always think about the consequence and not enjoy such an adventure. So he reckons sometimes intelligence is a bit of a bummer, really. Too smart. No, I'm not going to do that. I'll get hurt. But someone that doesn't think like that will go and enjoy themselves and probably get hurt. And probably not. That's just what the risk you take in life. You have to take a risk if you want to have fun. Sometimes to get your adrenaline running is good fun. I can tell you about being on a sailing ship 600 k's out in the ocean in a storm. That was interesting. A sailing ship. Yeah, we pay a high price for being intelligent, yes. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Like they tried to complicate this with my channel. And I took my sister, say, hey, come on, that's enough of that. He's only said the truth. You can't do that to him. What are you trying to do? And they quickly changed their tune. So, they tried to make it complicated, but it wasn't. So, remember that. Don't make life complicated. Try to make it simple. We have too many problems and too many worries. Like myself, so I need to follow this one. Trust me. Whoever is trying to bring you down is already beneath you. Otherwise, why are they trying to drag you down? Remember that. So when Jagger writes there, all those people trying to drag her down, where are they? Sitting in hell, trying to drag her down into the throw pit. Be brave enough to travel the unknown path and learn what you're capable of. Sometimes it's a bit scary, but you never know what you're capable of when you're scared. You can run very fast sometimes, do some amazing things if you know how to use it. Faith is trusting God, even if we don't know His plan, because He's not going to tell everyone His plan. You find out when you get up there. That's the best way. Trust God. He knows what's going to happen. He knows the best way for you. God is love, God is peace, God is strength, God is all-knowing, God is forgiveness, and God is all we need. Faith isn't about asking God to stop the storm, but that He will guide you to calmer waters. Just believing can do this. That's one of my best sayings. You must not ask God. This is the way that you should pray. One of the ways. You say, God, can you please remove the storm? He won't listen to that unquietly. He is listening, but he won't answer. He will say, God, give me the strength to hold the steering wheel to get through the storm. And that God can do. Boom, there you go. But like I said, he works in metaphors. Sometimes you might not make that storm. You may die. But he will guide you through the storm up to heaven. So remember that. God is always, you've got to have faith in him. But he does work in metaphors, so you just have to take it as it comes. Well, that's that first bit of the revision. So, we'll go to the saying of the week. My favorite saying. I really like this one. A strong woman knows she has the strength enough for the journey. But a woman of strength will know that the journey will make her stronger. And that's usually most of my experience with ladies. They feel, oh, I do this, I'm going to be stronger, and I go, pop, and they'll be all over. That's true. And the 7 keys, well, we turned one of them when we started alive. We put God first. We put him in charge. Click, there we go. That's the first key that humanity has to learn to turn. For yourself, but humanity together will be nicer. Love one another. That's another key. The third key is never hate. I know that's hard, but you're going to have to try and turn that key, because that's one of the questions you'll be asked when you get up to heaven. No right or wrong answer, but you need to turn that key. The fourth key, give generously. Well, if you've got enough, give generously. But if you've got a little, give a little. That's generous enough. You have to turn this key a bit. I see it gets turned a little bit. That's the main key that gets turned. I like that. People are generous. It is very good. Even the trolls. Number five key, the fifth key. Live simple. Don't make it difficult. Don't make your life difficult like me. I got many things to do that is very difficult. Up, down, in, out, all around, everywhere about. Number six, forgive quickly. Like my older brother, I should have forgave him quickly, because then he unalived himself, and I never got the chance to patch up that little argument. Although the argument wasn't the reason why he did it. It's just I should have patched something up. Maybe he might have not thought that way when he faced the problem that he faced. But that's what you get. Remember, forgive quickly. And the seventh key we have to turn. Pray every day. Well, we did that at the beginning of the chat. So the seventh works with the first. We put God first, and we done the seventh. There we go, done. And people see God every day, but fail to recognize Him. You think that one. You see the sun rise up, and you're lucky to get up in the morning and breathing. That's God. You decided that you were going to live another day. Okay, time. Well, let's get through this. Time. You may delay, but time will not. Time will keep ticking. You may sit there watching the clock, but the clock keeps going unless it runs out of batteries, or winds down, or is unplugged, or something. Real change, enduring change, happens one step at a time. Instead of trying to go all the way, like some of these people in the movements do, one step at a time. That's how you climb up the stairs, that's how you climb up a ladder, that's how you move forward. You try to jump, you're going to fall, slip, make a mistake. If you walk one step at a time, you get to see what you're doing, make sure it's perfect all the way. Time is a wonderful way of showing us what really matters. Well, there you go. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but most of the times it does. Time will show us what matters. Life is very short. Even though we live 120 years maximum, life is still short. Time is fast, no replay, no rewind. So enjoy every day, every moment as it comes. We live in this matrix mind. Too many people play games. Think they can reset the button. Think they can respawn. Oh, when you die, that's it. It's game over. Sorry about that. That's just the way it is. We do have medical science to get you through, but still, you still can die. We're lucky we got that. We got a brain that God gave us. He didn't want us all going up there straight away. He wanted us to at least keep a few down here towards our time. So life is short. So remember that. There is always a light. If only we are brave enough to see it. Only if we're brave enough to be it. See, the light of God cannot be found anywhere out there in the universe, anywhere in heaven. Even I had to learn that. Pull out the sword, the light of God is inside. And when you activate it, the sword will come into your hand and you will be sharp enough to do what you need to do. Lost time is never found again. So once we lose time and say, oh, wait, you're not ever going to regain it. You can't rewind time. Only God can do that. And maybe those over there at a certain reactor trying to, anyway, trying to capture God for some fake God that they're trying to make. Life is well lived and is long enough. So you think people just want to live longer and longer. Well, your life's well lived. It will be long enough. Once you get up to heaven, you don't really want to come back down, I guarantee you. Especially if you get offered a job. I keep saying that if you go up to heaven, and before you walk in the gates, they will pull you aside and they say, hey, do you want a job? Most people say, nah, because they're blitzed by the way heaven is. But I just give you a little tip. Take the job. You'll be good. You'll have an adventure. You'll grow wings. You'll become one of the angels or one of the faithful. Depends. But yeah, take the job. Don't just sit around in heaven. Take a job. Hey, be patient. Good things will come. Good things take time. People waiting for the Jesus for the second coming. People waiting for God to help them guide through the storm. Sometimes it takes time. He's got a lot of things to do, you know. Sometimes you might have to wait time. You don't get so upset. So upset about you not getting your burger first. Sometimes it takes time. And then again, sometimes you've got idiots behind the counter, but take time with them. Relax with them. There's no need to make a fuss. As long as you get fed. One of the deepest secrets of life is that all that there is really worth doing is what we do for others. You think about that. When you fall in love with someone, it's about what you do for them, not what you do for yourself. That's the whole idea of the relationship. If you want to love properly, that's the way you love. Yes, the candle was burning down, so I had to change it. Now stay balanced. Ooh, don't know about you. Wait till that wax to dry. Okay, it's standing for now. Okay, now we've got some light on the subject. I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, yes. So, number 10, when God gives you a new beginning, don't repeat the same mistake. That's just like saying, remember the past of your mistakes and don't repeat the same one. That's how God's given you that new beginning. You know, a doctor can save your life. A lawyer can defend your life. A soldier can give you a peaceful life if he wins the war. But only God can give you everlasting life. Put God in the driver's seat of your life. He is infallible. He can't fail. You think about that. If he's driving the car, he's not going to give you. He say, hey, man, I'm good. I got it easy. Take it easy. I know how to do like the auto man. Put 90-degree turn. Have you up against the window? Ah! I don't know if you ever seen that one. That's a funny show. Only one cities would go off something like that now. If they got it right. Okay, intelligence. Here we go. The truly intelligent person is one who can pretend to be a fool in front of a fool who pretends to be intelligent. I've done that many a times. That's easy to do. Fun too sometimes when they think they're smarter than you and you go, aha, and then you really know that they're not. But that's just me. You have to humor people sometimes, otherwise they get upset. So just sometimes be quiet, listen to them. The most intelligent person or people quickly realizes there's limitations to their intellect and their abilities. That's a real intelligent person. That's when you're reaching wisdom. So you're wise enough to know, so no, I'm not drinking no more. No, I'm not going to say nothing more about that. I don't know. I have to do more research. Intelligent people tend to have less friends, well, than average people. The smarter you are, the more selective you become. That's true. Very selective in your friends sometimes, and they're selective of you. Even an intelligent man can also be wrong, so even an intelligent woman can also be wrong. But if you're really intelligent and wise, you will admit when you're wrong. That's what God wants. That's the way God works, through wisdom. We are here to add what we can to life, not what we can get and take, because you can't take it with you. Once you're dead, you can't take it with you, only in your mind. You can't take the physical things with you. Think about that. We make a living by what we get and what we work for, but we make a life by what we give. So we work for ourselves, we make a living. God gives us the strength sometimes to get up to do this, but we come alive and we are alive when we give more, like we give our love to God. Oh, such is life. That's a good one. Ed Kelly, the bushranger, just before they hanged him. So even as he was going to die, he says, well, such is life. Pretty much the same as the term, shit happens. Shit happens, such is life. And they hung him. He was innocent, really. Just outsmarted them. Before the next century is over, human beings will no longer be the most intelligent or capable entity on the planet. There you go. We keep going the way we are, we're going to start being the dumbest ones. But I still worry about that word entity. It doesn't explain whether it's AI, AGI, some sort of devil, because they're entities too, or some sort of alien, because they're entities as well. So, what entity is he talking about? This Ray Kurzweil. The intelligent pursuit of fine games cannot fail to make the reader a better player and a better judge of the play of others. Well, that's pretty good. That girl's just basically sitting there playing poker, judging others and getting it right. Watching for the little eye twitch. Aha, he's got a good hand. Oh no, it's dropped. He must have a bad one. Little things like that. And if you practice enough, you start judging good. Be a good judge of character and judge the bad ones very easily. Without error, there can be no brilliancy. So if you don't make a mistake, you're not going to know how brilliant you are when you make it right. I like that word, brilliancy. Don't know why they use that, but that's what the word was. It was wise to direct your anger towards your problems, not people. To focus your energies on answers, not excuses. The second one, more people put more energy into the excuse why they can't do something than the energy it would have took to actually do the thing. That's crazy, but that's true. More thought and more energy into it than actually going and doing it. You know, crazy. Whatever begins in anger can mostly end in shame. So, remember that. That might not happen here. It might be when you go to the next life, you say, he was angry. So you should have your head down in shame. You never know. And then when you got your head in shame, well, where are you going to go then? Think about that. Happiness in an intelligent people is the rarest thing I know. That's true. We won't go any further into that. That's the true thing. The more brainy you are, or intelligent you are, you find the more lonelier you become. We pay a high price for intelligence. Wisdom hurts. Of course, look, sometimes it's like getting hit in the head. When people hate you for no reason, they have no choice but to always be bitter because they can't change God's plan for you in your life if you don't show them that it's working. Because they really hate that. So they become more bitter towards you. They get more bite. Like going into my channel and messing with my settings. I'm very angry about that, but I'm very happy my sister helped me with that one. Basically, one little phone call and that was all fucking sorted. Sorry about the swearing, but pretty much that's what happened. People who hate you will always influence others to hate you. Always. But can never influence God to hate you. So if God loves you, no matter what they say, they can't influence God. They can influence 1,000 people, but they can't influence God. Your haters don't hate you most times. They hate themselves because you are what they wish they were. But 80% of the time, that's why people hate you, because they're jealous. When people hate you, on you, it's because you have something they want. That's another. There you go. You got something they want. Jaguar's got a lot of things. They want that. She's got the truth, but they don't seem to want that. Crazy. 1 or 3 reasons why people hate you. 1 or 3 reasons. There's many reasons, but this is 1 or 3. Or 3. You know, they hate themselves, of course. They want to be you. Yep. They see you as a threat. That's the main one. They see you a threat. Of course, they're going to hate you sometimes. Until they realize it's just anger and not really hate. Sometimes it's hate. But we got to turn that no hate key off. Click, click. Humanity's got to learn that. When you love yourself, you're incapable of hating anyone, no matter what they have done. Some people are like that. That's a bit of a hard one, but you never know if you try. Certain things I don't know. Certain things I don't know. Not sure. As a man, as an angel, I'd make a different decision altogether. I wouldn't have to worry about something like that. But as a man, it's difficult. I have to try and navigate my way through things. Navigate my way through everything, just about. Like through this bullshit that YouTube and this troll did. I'll find out, because YouTube are tracking this troll down. When they find out, they'll bring him to me, or them to me, or whoever they are to me, the troll. When people you don't even know hate you, that's because you know that you're the best. So if people hate you for no reason and you don't know them, then you must be already better than them. So, screw them. No matter how good you are, there's always a person who hates you for no reason. And that's true. You've got people out there that hate you for no reason. That's just the way they are. Something wrong up in their head. Or just the way that they are. They've had a very terrible life. Some people are just aggressive. Like people thought I was, but, well, in a sense I am. But in a sense I'm not. I'm actually quite a good man. If you hate a person, you are defeated by them. So if you really hate someone, then they must have defeated you somehow inside. So you have to less hate them somehow. I don't know. That's a hard one. Like I said, with these 8 ones, take a bit of pinch of salt because I know that's one of the hardest ones as any person can do is to stop hating somebody, especially if they've done something very bad. And we know what those things are because we know what the right and the wrong things are by morals without any laws. People will hate you, rate you, shake you, break you, and desert you. But how strong you stand makes you ask for God to give you the strength. So they will hate you, rate you, always checking you, always shaking you, always breaking you, definitely always rating you. Wow, that's the main one, always rating you. What? Every revolves over it. Says, okay, Michael, stop talking enough bullshit. Well, we're getting through it pretty good. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to be on too long tonight. Got to do a bit more content, a bit more things. Talk to my sister and thank her very much. That's if she's available. She's very busy. She does a lot of things. Yes, someone like her that saved as many people as she has over the years that she's been doing that work. She should get a Nobel Peace Prize, saving more than 1 million men. That's pretty big. But like a true hero. She says, no, no. And I said, well, that's exactly how a true hero speaks. And she likes that. Though she doesn't say it much, but I know she does. Okay, what do we learn about Jesus? Well, Jesus' name is not really Jesus. It's Joshua Nazarene, because he was from Nazareth. Hey, Jesus was circumcised at 8 days old. There you go. They don't tell you that. Baptized by John the Baptist, well, we know, as a young man. And poor John the Baptist had his head chopped off and put on a platter for a rich girl's whim. That's a bit of a lesson. So you're rich and you've got everything. You don't ask for silly things like a holy man's head on a platter. She went crazy anyways. So, after 40 days and nights, he began his own ministry. So after he went out there thinking, being tempted by the devil, how he was going to be this great man, how the devil was saying, you should be like this, you should be like that. He worked out. He came out of the desert and began his ministry, going through the land, collecting his disciples, giving out the message. He was a teacher in the law of God, and often referred to as a rabbi. As was said before, he was not referred to the Messiah until after they strung him up, after they put him on the cross. Then they realized, oh, we just put up the Messiah. Why? I said, because look at the lightning and everything that's happening around this man. They must have went really tight then, I can tell you. But yes, he was not really Messiahized until after the resurrection of Jesus. Not before, they wouldn't have ousted him. A bit different. That's why he didn't get ousted to the end until Judas did, because he was part of the process, an essential part. But that's another story. I'll do a whole thing on Judas. It's about time someone did. So, he was a teacher of the law of God. He debated with his fellow Jews and other religious people on how best and the best way to follow God. And he knew the best way to follow God because he had the blood of God in him. So he had the message running through him. Okay. I found out that the first Christian community after Jesus had passed and resurrected was by Peter and James, the brother of Jesus, so Jesus, one of Jesus' brothers, and John the Apostle, who was the leader. And the four brothers' names of Jesus is James, Joseph, Judas, and Simon. And they were the sons of Joseph, who was the husband of Mary, who was Jesus' stepfather. So Jesus had four half brothers, and I know he had two half sisters. So research has to be done with that. Everything I have just said comes from Wikipedia. So nothing is a lie or made up. You're welcome to go in and find it yourself, this information. I prefer you do go in and find the information. That way it sinks in. That way you know that I'm not leading you astray. That way you learn. You don't learn by watching me show you, doing all the research for you. That's not how you learn in school. You've got to do the research for yourself, don't you, when you go to school? Looking at all these other channels is basically cheating. That's why you can jump from one thing to another. No, that person's like it. No. Do the research, you'll find out the truth. That's why I support Jaguar Right. I did the research. I found out the truth. It's just that simple. Sorry, but it is. Well, we got through that. Put the light on the subject. Oh, I won't put it in your eyes. That's a bit rude. Well, and YouTube, as I shoveled all this shit on top of me and put it on top, tried to pat me down. Pat. But my sister, she come and say, no, get you out. Get you out, little brother. Little brother. I'm older, but she's taller. She's the little sister. I am twice her age. But when she come along, she just says one thing. Rattles their cage straight away. She knows. She's been through it dozens of times. And every time she comes back, her platform goes boof. Million followers by the end of the day. When you become viral and you become an algorithm like she has, you'll be very famous, and you very quickly, people wonder where you are. I hope to get like that one day. The real way, not the way the church has got you brainwashed. Well, that's the end of that content. Like I said, I wasn't going to be on much long tonight. It's very hot in this gear. I can tell you, I am sweating under it when I take the mask off. There's all sweat inside. It's like terrible. I've got to wipe it out. Oh, yeah. Okay, God's plan is better than your dreams. Remember that. We all got good dreams. And they say, well, when you go up to heaven, that's your dreams. Well, you imagine that if everyone was up in heaven, all the dreams going on at once. It'd be pretty chaotic. You know, how would they work that system? The next person that comes in, the whole thing changes to their dream? No. God's plan is better than your dreams. And when you get up there, you'll realize that. You'll be happy about that. Oh, main one. Words are powerful. Use them wisely. Like Amen. That is a powerful word. You start giving promises and making promises with the word Amen at the end. You better keep them, because God hears that one. You don't go, that's just basically like using his name in vain. You don't go doing that. So if you do Amen, I promise to watch over you. Amen. Then you better stay there and watch over them. Don't just use it as willy-nilly. Words have power. Certain words have more meaning than you'll ever know. I'm not going to tell you. You have to wait till you get to heaven for that. I'll let you know too many secrets now. You'll be wanting to go, and I don't want that. We need some pieces down here, you know. The good people. To fight against Satan. Against the evil. Against YouTube. Now, YouTube can change. It changed for me. It has to follow its rules. When you have someone with a little bit of power, someone that knows what they're doing, someone that can ring up a lawyer straight away like that and have them down their neck. YouTube has to follow its rules. They have to deal with these trolls. They can't sanction your channel because you tell the truth. Especially when you see some of the shit that they got out there that they're trying to claim as truth. I don't really want to give that black vulture anything, but she's becoming very annoying. Constant bickering, unbelievable. Changing all around. Stab this one, stab that one, got him there, stab him, put him on trial again. Crazy. Anything to have anything. Don't know why anyone watches her. Very confusing lady. And I still have to apologize to Golden, which when she goes live or next time, I might pop in there and say hello. I unsubscribed to her channel. Just to make sure, so I can be apologizing to her. And then that's it. God's work is done there. Whether she wishes to apologize to me or not is not my concern. That's her concern with God. Once you make a peace with God, you're pretty much right. Well, I want to stay on for the whole hour. 9 minutes. Oh, what can I talk about? Shit. Basically, I'm sweating very bad under here. Trust me, I got my jeans on this time. The full coat. Oh, the full coat. Yes. So I was very angry when YouTube sanctioned me like they did. They didn't even send me a message, the reason why. They just stopped everything, and then when they claim that someone got into my account and changed a few settings. Why would you change a few? Why wouldn't you change the whole lot and wreck the whole thing? Sounds very, very, very sus. I think they were just playing around with me, giving me a little bit of a lesson. That truth that you brought out is too truthful. Too much truth, Michael. But they cannot deny it. An official letter from my government. They know exactly what I'm talking about. Unfortunately. But there's a good story behind that. A great legend. A great thing. The existence of Mother Nature's signature lives inside that creature. That's the beauty. And it's impenetrable. So life will always go on. That's an insurance policy, that one. But evil and man want to manipulate it, weaponize it, make it a weapon. Man is ingenious. We can work out many ways of lasers to get through impenetrable things, you know. So, but he is very crafty, very cunning, like most dragons. That's what it is, even though it's just a big lizard. They sat in its egg for a long time and learned the language by listening through the egg. That's a secret, you know. You can get chicken eggs, or you can get python eggs. You get certain lizard eggs too. Anything in an egg, except the poison ones, because they bite. And you can sing to it, talk to it. And usually when it opens up out the egg, it imprints on you. And you can talk to that snake, talk to that chicken. That's the way it's done. That's a secret. Now you know. Now you know. Just like getting a puppy and training the puppy. The puppy will imprint on you. Same as the chicken out of the egg. Same with the python. Same with the lizard. It will imprint on you when it comes out that egg. Especially if it hears you talking to it and singing to it while it's in it. You can teach it. But that one out there is a very special one. The egg itself. Gained energy. He's supposed to be asleep for 3,000 years. He's up early. By 3,000 years. My father dealt with him 34 years ago and put him back to sleep. He said, no one go near it. Then we won't have to worry for 1,000 years. So he had fixed that law. for 1,000 years. He said then he wouldn't be around, so anyone would worry about it. So forget about it. But money and greed, and some of those people went back. Well, they didn't know what my father was singing to it when he put it back in the egg the first time and healed the egg. He was singing to it that they come, they break you out. You are to run and keep running and don't let them catch you. You can kill them, but you can't eat them. You must never eat man, Nunjan. You must never eat man. So he doesn't, but he will kill them. And the way they chase him with the helicopters, he's always got his eye to the sky. Terrible. Terrible. But he's very crafty. He's like a bush magician. I might have a full live about him, but I prefer to get the footage, the real footage, which I don't think they will let me show that. Bad enough they did what they did to me. The little bit of information on a letter. If I show the real footage, that's why I've been doing AI. It's very similar to what is out there. So when I do show you the real creature, I might be able to hide it into some of my content. The secret. But it's real. And really, until we work something better out with the government, I shouldn't really expose him to the world just yet. It'd be something, well, good for the whole of Australia and the whole of the world. A good creature. Mother Nature's signature. Life goes on. So even if we kill all ourselves because of this Armageddon and God didn't know that someone does the wrong piece, well, that creature will keep going. Life will keep going. That's the insurance policy. But I have got a few things to do to make sure it's guaranteed. But we've got time to the end of Aquarius. Another 16 years before we can fix that little problem. Well, 57 minutes, 3 more minutes to go, 2.5 minutes to go before the end of the live. Well. What are you doing, Peppy? Oh, looking for food. Food cat. Well, thank you for coming in. Thank you for the likes. Thank you. I've had roughly 7 people watching me the whole time. It's really good. Nearly had 10 there once. It was really nice. Well, YouTube rattled my cage. But my sister, come on, rattle their cage. She's good. I put a little thing about her. That's her old avatar. She's got a new one now, and a few other things. But that's the way it is. So, no trolls. Good. Well, I'm done. I cannot even last this hour. I've got 1 minute to go or something like that. I'm so hot in this thing. I feel like I'm on fire. But then again, I was forged in fire as Archangel Michael. Well, I hope you enjoyed my revision. I'm glad that I am back, full swing. I'm glad I can moderate again. That was the main thing that concerned me, that I could not get in to talk to anyone, message anyone, or be into anyone's life. That's what really scared me, is why would they stop me from being a moderator? I haven't done anything wrong. So, maybe it was attack because of Jagu being a moderator, maybe not, but it was definitely YouTube. YouTube was responsible. And my good sister Chloe, which is a proper name, but Roma Army, she come and helped me. Basically one phone call, the technical support got onto it for her, and poof, done. That's how I hope to be one day with my channel, that powerful. Then my message would get out, then I'd be able to stop this troll activity and keep the fight going good. Protect good content creators like Jagger Wright and Odell, Old Wolfgang Amadeus. Yes, good people. They've trusted me, so I will keep the trust. I am not going to be like other people in their lives. No, they raised their hand out to me, so I will stand by them. If you don't stand somewhere in life and you're back and forth, you don't mean anything. You don't stand for anything. Learn to stand for something. Do the research. Stand for the right thing, like I do. Okay, it's been 1 hour. Thank you very much. This has been the Archangel Michael live. Lucky to be alive on the live, actually. Thank you to Roma Army for saving me once again. I owe her a few lives, actually, but maybe we even. But that's another story. So, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for the likes. And I will have brand new content, and it'll be a whole different show. But we will still be wearing the mask for YouTube. Goodbye for now. Thank you, and God bless. God bless. Thank you.